Stop killing yourself. I have had to remember, and it's time for you also to remember, stop killing yourself. Processed food leads to stuff going haywire. Fast food eating leads to stuff going haywire. Stuff going haywire in your vehicle leads to you no longer inhabiting the vehicle. You can never die. But while you are here, there are a lot of things that you can do that are going to make the time that you spend here much better. And I am revamping and restarting. I finally got hormone levels all figured out, and I'm nice and balanced. And so the doctor gave me a book called Good Energy, and it's a good book. It's really technical at the beginning, so it's a really heavy book, which is, I have to read a chapter and then spend a couple hours soaking. Read a chapter and spend a couple hours soaking, but it reminds you of things you already know, and it gives you a lot of backup information for them too in the first part of the book, and the second part I'll tell you about after I read it. All of this is leading to good fuel for your vehicle. And if you haven't always done good fuel for your vehicle and good exercise and all this other stuff, yeah, it's time. I'm lucky I just came out of the pre-diabetes and I am no longer pre-diabetic. And it isn't because I'm perfect, and it isn't because I didn't screw up, and it isn't because I didn't have the occasional Pepsi. It's because I make one choice after another choice after another choice that add things into my routine, and the bad things don't really have as much room to dance there as they used to. So you add doing some carrot chips, add fresh fruit, and start off a meal with a vegetable, and then move into the other things, and it makes a difference. And little by little, the exercise and the getting out there and the being in nature also make a difference. And if you have a pretty balanced, stable life, even if you feel like your body is really functioning well now, if you are not taking the time to exercise and taking the time to add healthy things in to your routine, you're missing some energy, and some good energy, and could be leading towards a big crash that you have to figure out later. And I'm like poster child of big crashes. I've had a couple. And you have to figure them out, or give up the ghost and be done with the vehicle and open up space for somebody else who wants to come in and be part of the entire experience. So, talking about the ways that we are not going to keep killing ourselves. Good morning and welcome to Ascension Studios Morning Meditation. I'm Anne Morrison. We aren't going live today for the first time in 2025 because I'm no longer eligible for live because I don't have enough followers on my Instagram. Okay, so we're going recorded and then I'll put it on there. Not that big a change. We can manage this little glitch in the road. We still have, of course, the full channel on YouTube, and all of the videos there are beautifully produced by Bill, so you will absolutely love it. And today we're talking about how to stop killing yourself. And it's some real basic, simple things. You know you don't eat good. I know I don't always eat good. And so I have to keep adding in more good things and more good things. And as I do, the things that aren't so hot keep falling off to the wayside. And it is leading me to a better place. Exercising. When you're the size that I am, it is not as easy as it was when I was a different size. But it's still enjoyable, and you still want to do it. And sometimes I do it just 10 minutes at a time. And that's all right. And then take a walk and work up my steps. And I'll keep adding on that one because I'm still not doing so hot. And food, exercise. And we're going to talk about the thing that I know about, mindset. Where have you built up so much stress in your life that everywhere that you go, you walk in with a sense of intrepidation because you know there's going to be stress and there's going to be drama. And I used to have a life like that. Now, not so much. When you are stressed all of the time, it actually causes inflammation processes in your body. And if you are stressed all the time, your body doesn't get downtime to heal and to drain from all of the inflammation, which keeps it in an inflammation cycle, which overstresses your body long term, and things start to break down because they haven't been able to go through repair mechanisms. If you don't have somebody constantly checking the machinery, and I've gone years without doctors, then you're not so sure when or why all these things are going wrong, and we've gotten used to excusing so much. I have allergies. It's just going to happen. Well, allergies are also partially from an imbalanced mitochondria in the gut. So if I were eating properly and exercising like I needed to, bringing down my stress levels, I wouldn't have as much problem with allergies, sinus infections, issues with the sinus tract, and constant sniffles. There is, it just kind of hurts somewhere in the back of my shoulder on occasion, just comes and goes. My hands are now dropping things just randomly, paintbrushes on the floor all the time. That's just how it goes. But all of these things are from the basic core of how well are you taking care of yourself. And your mind is at the cornerstone of everything. I'm not good with good habits. Well, if you're good with bad habits, you're good with good habits because you know how to create a habit. Simply change the contents. And we're all good at creating habits, aren't we? I'm good at creating habits. And I'm starting to get much better at replacing them with better habits. But the biggest habit of all is the way that we speak into reality, our life. And if you keep talking about, it's just going to kill me, you're right. If you can talk, oh God, every time I go there is so much stress, you're right. I can't believe I have to do that again. Every one of those comments and every one of those statements, and they're true. And as human beings, there's sometimes we just need to vent, or we lose our biscuits, or whatever it is. And then we forgive ourselves and we move on. But to create a new habit of being careful of the words that come out of our mouth, knowing how much power they have to create and influence our entire life, is huge. And the first thing you do is you stop blaming other people. Now, I see this with the 3 little girls all the time. Blame, 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 blame. They come in and tattle. And they love tattling. And so naturally, we all kind of like tattling a little. We do. And naturally, we all kind of want to blame somebody else and take the focus off of the fact that we did something wrong. And we all kind of want to take the burden off of me. I was doing the right actions. Well, if they were the right actions, they would have gotten the right result. True. So, the words that we speak about ourselves, about our lives, about the people in our lives, about the experiences of our lives are creating our lives. I'm going to say that again because that is super important. Everything we say is creating our lives. If you want your life to be different, speak it different. Oh, I have to go to work today. I get to go to work today. I do. Simply changing the words and the feeling behind them changes your whole world. And you gotta try it to see it. And you have to do it for an entire month. And once you do it for an entire month, you will see absolute physical changes in your life, in your body, in your atmosphere, in everything. Catch yourself and do what we call reframe. I'm an artist, so this happens all the time. You take, let's see, I'll use this for an example. A piece of art. And by changing what is next to it, what is around it, you change the view of that art. It makes a big difference what you put near a piece of art, which is why art has been framed for so long. And the same thing with your life. If you have something you gotta say, like, oh my God, why are you so annoying? If you take the same sentiment and you put a different frame around it, you change the entire look of it and you change your life. So, say, I understand where you're coming from. I'm not sure I follow all of the ways in which you're getting there. And that's okay. You don't have to explain it. I'm with you. Let's move forward. It's the same thing. Person was being annoying. Now they're not going to be annoying anymore. You gave them what they needed so you could get what you needed, and you go forward in a much smoother way. I can't do this. To, wow, another cool challenge. I guess I got a lesson coming. Totally different outcome. There is not enough money at the end of the bills. It's just not. 2, I'm able to do everything I need to do and more. How abundant am I? Huge difference. Oh, we can't buy that. That's too expensive. 2, I can see that in my life. Doesn't mean put your last dollar down on it now. It means in the grand scheme of your life, you can see that as being a part of it. which means that if you want it, it will be a part of it, because you will change the trajectory of your life to make your finances able to handle more. That's how abundance works. You have to own the feeling of it, say the words of it, and then it appears. Slowly but surely, thief in the night and overnight. Depends upon how much you believe that that's your reality. Your reality isn't getting yourself further into debt. Reality has nothing to do with that. You got an automatic debt repayment system set up, and then you have what you can spend on the needs of life. Transportation, food, entertainment. And what you have going forward, what you have in savings. There are more things to think about with more abundance. And it's good that you get to, because we all know a time where we didn't. So let's change everyone to an abundant lifestyle. And the more that you look at your life in a positive way, the more your life becomes a positive thing. And you have more things to be grateful for and less things to complain about. I do this exercise with the employees at work. I take dollar bills, a 5, a 10, a 20, and a $100 bill, and I put them under 4 little solo cups. And then we do exercises in getting ourselves present and calm, and then feeling the cups so that I know which one holds the $100 bill. And then they're allowed to choose one and keep it. And you can see abundance happening even with people that didn't believe it was true. That $100 bill goes away pretty quick. And people taking the time can actually focus on their actions leading to a $100 bill instead of a $5 bill in seconds. And it all has to do with their words, their belief, their ownership, their sovereignty. You give your sovereignty away if somebody else is who you have to fear. You give your sovereignty away if somebody else is the authority. You give your sovereignty away if somebody else is the blame, the catalyst. That doesn't mean that other people can't hold all of those roles, but you hold them too. Because when you hold them, you can have them. Oh, that whole fake it till you make it, it's a good idea. And even though it's an old concept, it still works. And isn't that the best thing of all? So, today we're going to put in some trigger points. And these trigger points in our brain will give us a chance to reframe a comment that might be coming out negatively towards ourselves or our future or our abundance or our atmosphere. And that's what we're doing with morning meditation. Okay. Where are we going to start with this one? I don't think today is really about the speaking it into truth so much as it is about the belief. And belief is all crown chakra, way up here, over top of your head, all up here. And there's more purples than the ones that we can see. So there's like a whole bunch more levels up here that are not distinguishable by these eyes. And you can take a moment and just imagine just how far up and how wide it actually goes. But this is the place of faith. This is the believing in things that we can't see. The understanding of something unproven still being true. And I'm glad science is able to prove and go forward in so many different ways. But some of the things that we're missing right now are not having to do with science. They're having to do with an overall wellness based upon 10,000 different things that are set up to create unwell people, for a system that perpetuates unwell people, to make money off of long-term maintenance for unwell people. If we're going to jump out of it, we have to jump out of our old patterns. So starting at the crown chakra, feel the energy. Now there's wisdom up here we can't even begin to fathom. There are all the lives that have ever been lived, all of the lessons that have ever been learned, unconditional love, the agreement we made as to what we're going to do before we even got here, all right here. And allow the download the next step. Every day, download the next step, and you will get the direction to take your life. And you have to just have the balls to follow it. And you can do that. And then bring it down. Let the other places start to harmonize. Feel the energy emanating from your body. And feel all the different frequency changes going down. Connect to the earth. Connect to your solidity at the same time that you're connecting to your energiness. Pull yourself into the mind palace. Calm the tornado. Calm the tornado. We need it nice and still. Oh, it feels good to be in the stillness for a second, doesn't it? We're going to just do a couple of little affirmations. And we're going to take these little troll dolls, you know what I mean? The little plastic dolls with the big hair. They go shh, and it goes wah. And you put it back up into a cone. And take these little troll dolls. We have 7 of them. And as we go through bits and pieces of our life and our life's journey, we're going to set those troll dolls up for statements that we know happen all the time in the same situation that would do well with a little reframing. So start off. Morning. Look at that. I got up another day. Is that how you start your morning? Or I need coffee. I love coffee. I do. But I can get up and have a wonderful day without it too. And so can you. So if you are giving yourself a crutch, first thing, every single morning, instead of simply coming into the morning without saying you need the crutch and just having a cup of coffee, then that is a better way to approach that. Let's put us a little troll right there, first thing in the morning. I am worthy of a good day every single day. And I can be grateful to have woken up into one every time I wake up. Let's move on as we're getting out to go do our work. Do we have to go to work? Or do we get to go to work? I have a job. I have a way of earning money. I have a source for potential promotion. I have a wonderful place to go learn. Maybe be around people. Maybe use my hands. Maybe increase my physicality. Maybe find details better. This wonderful avenue I get to go to every single day. Let's put a troll right there. And then we show up and something challenging happens, whether it's a person, a situation, a circumstance. Is it, oh damn, I gotta deal with this? Or is it, hey, I'm gonna learn something neat about this? Put a troll right there. Lunchtime. Oh, I gotta hurry. Do you? Or can you have taken steps to make sure you don't have to hurry through your lunch? And you simply get to enjoy something healthy, give yourself some good fuel, take a little down break, maybe enjoy some people. Another troll right there. On the way home, oh God, I'm gonna be late. I'm gonna be in so much trouble. There's no trouble. There are causes and effects, and that's it. So, talking your relaxation, your home time, your after work time into something negative, put a troll right there. Your evening meal. Oh man, I really need a beer. I have to have a glass of wine. Do you? And do you have to have takeout, or could you get up for 30 minutes, do something physical and cooking a good healthy meal? Slice some lemons, put them in a glass of water. Troll. Have to versus I could get to. And evening time, when you lay down to go to sleep, are you exhausted, gone in seconds? Do you wake up through the night? Are you perplexed by bad dreams? Or do you lay down, feel the calmness, figure out the things from the day and what you were supposed to learn, send out some gratitude, and let yourself peacefully fall into a very rested and restored sleep? Last troll, right there. Thank you, body, for letting me place these trolls throughout my day. And may they remind me every time they pop up that I could reframe this situation right here, right now, and change my world. Back up to the crown chakra. Bring it down, down. Feel going through. Connect to the earth. And as you come back, remember, you're in charge. You can choose any kind of life you want. Namaste.